Welcome to the Blueprint Podcast, where we deliver a blueprint to success in every single episode. Today, we have with us the beautiful Crystal Hoggard. How are you today?
I'm amazing.
Yeah?
How about yourself?
You know, it's been somewhat of an interesting day, to say the least. But every day should be interesting, right?
Absolutely. No other way to be.
No other way to be? So you wouldn't have it any other way?
I mean, you can have it any other way.
But...
This can go bad real quick. Hold on, let me change my mind.
Okay, no, share.
No. I mean, you have the opportunity, right? To have a good day, to have a bad day, to have a boring day. Like, you literally have the opportunity to make your day what you want it to be. So, how about that?
So what gets in the way usually?
Obstacles. Mindset, obstacles get in the way.
I heard somebody say once, like a self-built prison.
Oh, that's deep.
I heard somebody use that once.
Yeah, that's deep.
I mean, usually it's mental, right?
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, I always say you cannot control your first thought, but you can control your second.
never heard that before.
So the more you change your second thought, the first will start to change.
Influence.
Yeah. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to the first thought, which you can't control. The second you can. So the more you can control the second, the first starts to change as well.
That's the reason why people say go with your first intention.
Your instinct.
Or instinct. Yeah. Instinct. Yeah, I guess you would say that.
I feel like that's a different subject category, but I hear what you're saying.
It's along the same lines, isn't it?
Well, that's like your instinct is like
an internal feeling.
Yeah, for sure. But your thoughts are your perceptions on how you think about something.
Okay.
So when you say like, okay, this is pretty common, right? So change the way you speak. Instead of I have to go to work, I get to go to work. So it kind of goes along those lines.
What if I say I choose to go to work?
Yeah, absolutely. But you get the choice, right?
Absolutely.
So are you blessed that you get to have the choice?
Yeah.
So if you continue to think of...
I mean, people will say because we're in America.
Absolutely.
America.
I mean, we're blessed to be in America, you know?
That's true.
We were just born here. We were born.
So we were blessed.
Absolutely. Every day.
Okay. All right. A little deep to start out, I would say.
That was pretty deep. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, not sure, have you played sports, like organized sports or anything like that growing up, or still, possibly?
No. Well, as a young child, I played soccer. And then I broke my foot.
Okay.
And so that ended my soccer career at a very young age.
Oh, like how old?
I was probably like 10.
Oh, young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my excuse not to continue soccer.
Okay.
And then high school, not everybody considers it a sport, but it is a very competitive sport. I was in color guard.
Oh my goodness! I almost thought you said I almost thought we were still talking about soccer, that people didn't consider it a sport. I was about to be like, what?
No. So,
but
yeah.
color guard is considered a sport?
Some people that are wrong don't consider it a sport, but it is absolutely a sport.
That is a very strong statement there.
It's true, in my opinion.
Under what premises is it a sport?
Is cheerleading a sport?
I've never considered it a sport.
There you go.
I mean, no disrespect to the cheerleaders and to those in the color guard, but I never considered it a sport.
Absolutely.
So okay, then under what what makes it a sport?
I think there's a competition aspect of it.
Okay.
There's training. There's hard work. There's playbooks. I mean, football team, get off the field, okay? The field belongs to the color guard and the band.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. So every single, okay, so every single episode, we toast to a great conversation. The vibe here is we're drinking a conversation. So today, this was Crystal's choice that we're having a little bit of Jefferson's.
Jeffrey.
Have you had Jefferson's before?
Yeah.
I'm assuming because you have a nickname for her.
Yeah. Everything that's good has a nickname.
I never thought about that, but it's kind of true.
Yeah. Like your boys, if they're your boy, they have a nickname.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Good foods, you have a nickname for them.
Absolutely. If you are loved, you have a nickname. So I hope everyone has a nickname.
Dang, that's actually pretty strong. If you are loved, people, food, things, all included.
Have a nickname.
Amazing. So let's have a toast here.
Okay.
To a little bit of bourbon.
To a little bit of bourbon.
Salud.
Salud. Cheers.
Amazing. So with the sports question, the reason behind that sports question is because growing up, I played basketball. And like you said, there's a competitive aspect to it. There's hard work. There's practice. And there's a saying, I'm not sure if you guys experienced this saying or you had this or heard this along the line somewhere, but you haven't tried until you cried.
That's good.
Which, you know, for us in basketball, we get ran into the dirt into when it comes to conditioning and preseason and all that good stuff. And it's one of those things where you get pushed to the edge and some fall and some grow. But I feel that statement holds pretty firm. And I think it's not only sports. I think it's in anything that one is trying to get better at, and they are really passionate about it.
Absolutely.
You have anything like that?
I mean, in my opinion, there is no growth without failure.
True.
And I can relate that to my business. For sure. Real estate is a sport. It is. So not only do we have color guard, but now we have real estate. It is competitive. You need skills, and there's a playbook.
There is.
And everyone has a different playbook. You know, your playbook looks different than mine. Mine looks different than the next. Mm-hmm. But absolutely.
Because there's different players, different abilities.
Different skill sets.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Different comprehension. How to communicate.
Mm-hmm. You have the ones that sit on the bench, and then the ones that play.
So do you consider the ones sitting on the bench that really never get off the bench? Are they cheerleaders? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, according to the Crystal rule, because we just implemented a Crystal rule here.
Which one?
I don't know. There's been a number of them. Would you consider them a cheerleader?
Players that sit on the bench that never get off the bench?
Yeah. Some of them are good in practice.
Yeah.
Because you have good practice players and you have good game players.
What is it that keeps them on the bench? That would be my question.
Outside of politics?
Okay, yeah. I forget there's the political aspect of it, but yeah.
Outside of that, I don't know. I mean,
is it mindset?
Could be.
Is it a lack of skill?
I find it hard to be a lack of skill. Like, even if we get to the conversation of professional players, in order for somebody to make it to the NBA, you have to be, you have to be great.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I have this conversation with my husband all the time, right?
Uh-huh.
So there are amazing basketball players that are not in the NBA.
Yes, 1,000%. Better than NBA players.
So does that devalidate your statement? Because you just said, like, to be in the NBA, you have to be great. But there are so many great players that are not in the NBA.
Absolutely.
So why are they not in the NBA?
Maybe they don't fit the image.
Or
Possibly.
Or maybe they don't have enough drive to put themselves in that position to fail.
Or to follow instructions, be coached.
Being coachable is big.
Yeah. So I would say that that's probably a big part of it. However, right, I'm not sure how much you know about like basketball and things like that, but for instance, the Ball brothers, right? So Jell-O, we're not talking about the food. we're not talking about the food, but Jell-O Ball, I don't know his whole name.
Yeah.
But he's had like 3 or 4 opportunities and still didn't make the cut. But the crazy thing is that he has all of the support. Both of his brothers do well in the NBA. So we talk about access. We talk about coaching, training, money.
He knows people.
Connections.
Right.
His brother is a franchise player of his team.
So do you feel like that's political, or do you think that there's something lacking?
I think for him, it's more of a skill thing, and he doesn't fit anywhere. But I think it's lack of skills to begin with, and then he doesn't fit. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Well,
but
there's enough Ball brothers already in the organization, and so...
According to the organization? You think it's the organization?
I don't know.
Did you just blame the organization?
I mean, we have to blame somebody, right? Nobody can take accountability for themselves, so we have to blame somebody.
So it can't just be him.
It can't just be him.
It can't just be him. Interesting. Okay, so a little background. Give us some background.
Let's see. Background. I'm a PK.
I don't know what that means.
Pastor's kid.
Oh, I never heard that term before. Never heard that term.
So I grew up.
Is that commonly used?
In the church, yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, I didn't.
So you didn't go to church? Nope. Noted. I'm just kidding.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. So, well, growing up, we were forced. Can't say forced, right? That's a little weird. But yes, we had to go to church. Maybe that's another way.
What kind
instead of saying forced.
What denomination or what kind of church did you go to?
We were Baptist and Christian,
okay,
I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, don't shoot me, but I'm definitely not that person. So I'm not versed in
that's okay.
and everything. Okay. But I know that my grandmother was a big part of the church and how it operated and all that good stuff. So when I was younger and I went out to my grandmother's over the summer, as a kid, Big Mama said, "You're going to church. You have to go to church." And then I said, "Well, I don't have any clothes." She said, "Jesus doesn't care what you got on, boy. Put that on and let's go."
Oh, I love it.
So, but as we got a little bit older, my mom and uncle and all her brothers, all that stuff, they kind of didn't have any choice back then.
Right.
My family's from Waco, Texas. And so that's how they moved. So they, I think, were like strong-armed to go to church. They had to go to church. Right. So I think that they kind of tried to lighten that load on our generation. So, but I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So PK.
Yeah. So I grew up in an amazing family household filled with love and joy, and just I had a really, really good childhood. What else? So my mom, I also grew up in real estate. Okay. My mom was a realtor for the majority of my life. So I was like 5 years old.
At open houses.
At open houses, being dragged to houses, and I was like, oh my gosh. It
was fun at first until it wasn't?
Yeah, I mean, I never, as a teenager, I was like, I'm going to be a realtor like my mom. You know, like that was never like what I thought I would do.
Driving a Mercedes.
Yeah. So I just, I grew up in her office, like after school, which is funny because I did the same thing to my daughter. She grew up in my office, kind of like just the same concept. So I grew up in real estate. At 18, I got my real estate license. And when I was 18, I probably looked 12. So when I would hold open houses as like a young real estate agent, people would come and say,
"Where's the listing agent?
where's the agent?" I'm right here. Yeah, so I started adulthood very young. And
do you feel like you miss something?
No.
No?
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Mm-mm. I would say I've lived a good life. Again, blessed, right?
Absolutely.
I've been able to have a great career, have very supportive family, and, you know, everyone has their trials and tribulations, but when you have support and a lot of people there for you, it makes it a lot easier.
What's one of the ones that sticks out to you, trials and tribulations?
Well, I got married young, very, very young, too young.
19?
16.
16?
Yeah.
So
that's before the show was popular.
Wait, so you have to, I mean, your parents have to sign off on that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why were they okay with it?
Oh, you know that show 16 and Pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mom and dad said, well,
you gotta get married.
according to the good book, right?
And you know what? All I ever knew at that point in my life was my parents' relationship. So it was, okay, well, this is my life. You know, I'm going to get married, have kids, and I'm going to be like my parents. Like, everything's fine. And then that's not what happened.
Because they were a good role model.
Absolutely. Like, I really, really did not know anything else. Like, my life was in a bubble. Yeah. Like, I grew up in the church, in this bubble. I had, like, just amazing people raising me, surrounded by amazing people. So I didn't know tragedy.
So you never had like the urge of sneaking out and all that kind of good stuff?
I mean, I got pregnant at 16. So like
you had to have been sneaking out. I'm sorry.
I wasn't sneaking out, but like, I know this can get deep real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So here, because I have a few cousins that grew up like in this picture perfect situation.
Right.
Private school from the beginning.
Yeah.
And my cousin, I'm not going to say names, but one of my cousins, she got pregnant early, like 13.
Damn.
She got pregnant early.
Yeah.
And nobody knew about it. We found about on the second go round. So nobody knew about it. My aunt took her. She had an abortion, all that, and all that stuff. And so it happened again when she was maybe like 15 or 16 or something. And my uncle said, "You're gonna have the baby." So, however, she had the baby, stayed in school, went to college, got her master's in hospital management, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like nothing slowed down, nothing stopped. Now, gratefully, her parents were there and helped her along the way with everything. And her daughter does well, highly educated. And, you know, so someone getting pregnant and you know, going through that stage of their life early, I mean, usually it's a bad situation, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes. Rarity, probably.
It comes down to support, your support system. Like exactly what you said. my parents and my sister were my biggest supporters. And I wouldn't
Older
be
sister, I'm assuming.
older, yeah. I wouldn't be where I'm at without them because it could have gone bad. It could have gone so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it was because they supported me and helped me and guided me. Guided me, is that right?
Yeah, yeah, it works.
That I was able to.
You're human.
Yeah.
you're human.
Oh my God.
People do make mistakes.
So my
Wait,
mind.
no, it's not even a mistake. I think that's correct anyway.
My mind thinks in songs. So when you said that, I immediately want to sing "I'm Only Human," but we won't. I won't do that right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
No.
I don't even know what song. What song is that? I'm Only Human.
I could play it for you.
Oh, cut it out.
No. Okay.
Give us the acapella.
I feel like I have a frog in my throat. So, yeah. So it really comes down to support, because I know that there are a lot of girls out there that go through that type of situation and don't have the support, and they end up, I don't want to say stuck, but they don't have as many options as I did.
Okay, so you're pregnant. You have your baby. You're 17 years old. Okay, so what's going on then?
So, I understand that things are different now, but at that, I bought my first house at 18. Like, my life just, I didn't stop. At 18, I bought my first house.
With the help of your parents?
They supported me, but financially, that was me.
Oh.
At the age of 18, I was making enough money to buy a house.
Through
real estate.
Okay.
So when, these young kids say that they're too young to buy a house, I'm like, no, you're not. You just don't make enough money. So what do you need to do to make enough money to buy a house? Don't use the excuse that you can't buy a house because you don't have enough. What do you need to do?
Yeah. Interesting. You probably just need to go around the game board a couple more times, get a couple dollars, and you can maybe buy Boardwalk.
On the boardwalk. Okay, see, I told you.
See, what is that? No, go, come on. What was that?
I can't do it.
You can't do it again?
Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but my mind just thinks in songs. Sorry.
Okay, so what is the other side that people don't know, or something that people will be shocked to know about you? Outside of, obviously, well, no, I mean, I was going to say that you're very well put together, and no one would ever think that you had a baby that early, because everyone has this negative connotation to people who have early babies.
Yeah, it's crazy that you say that, because I have a 9-year-old, right? So I have 19 and I have 9.
Big gap.
I had more energy for my 19-year-old than I do for my 9-year-old. So I don't
Two different relationships?
Yeah, absolutely. I found my Prince Charming.
Oh.
Yeah. You
look pretty excited.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
Treat her right.
Oh, he does. I'm the one that has to behave. No. He definitely is my Prince Charming. Like, he is the definition of what I prayed for in a man. And when you stop looking for a man, that's when you find your man.
Is it when you start to really hone in on, like, your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah. When I met my husband, I was totally just doing me. I was like in this mindset where I told myself I don't want to date for like 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to focus on my business. I'm going to, I had these goals that I wanted to accomplish. And then he was like, hey.
He's like, yo, what's up?
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm good. And he's like, hey.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah. So, so I'm remarried. I have an amazing husband, very supportive. Again, support. I feel like a man is very successful when he has a supportive woman, and a woman is very successful when she has a supportive man.
Absolutely. I strongly agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, it's all about the dream team.
Absolutely.
It's all about the dream team. Yeah. So what is that thing that no one would think or...
We're going back to that. Okay. I don't know. That's hard. I feel like I'm such an open book.
There has to be something, though, that people will be, like, shocked that they know about you.
I feel like the one thing I don't talk about is kind of sad, and I don't really want to bring the room down.
No, but it's you. What is it?
Let me try to think of something that people don't know. There's something.
Mm-hmm. What is the one thing you said that may bring the room down? What is it?
Well, my daughter that I had when I was 16, she passed.
What happened?
We don't have to get into that.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's probably like for social media, things that people don't know because I don't talk about often.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
A while ago or?
A while ago, yeah.
Wow. Sorry.
See? Okay, so what I can say about that is what that did to me as a person is not I don't like when people do that. Give me empathy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, I feel sorry for you. Right?
Yeah.
But it's natural, right? It's something sad.
Yeah.
It's natural. So because I've gone through that and received so much empathy, I don't like it.
I understand that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That.
So I myself am not that empathetic because I don't like empathy.
You know, stop me or correct me, but I think sometimes people don't want to associate that sadness with someone that they may have lost also. You know?
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
So, this is me.
Yeah. Here, I'll change the direction for you. I'll change the direction for you. Okay, coaches. What is your take on coaches? Are they worth it? Is it a whole bunch of hoopla?
No, I love it.
You sure?
I love it.
Yeah.
I thrive on it.
It's not just the rah.
Nope.
You can do it.
If you have the right coach, it's not the rah.
Okay.
But there are a lot of coaches out there that are rah.
So you would have to have like a real personal coach, like someone that's like coaching your situation, like the sports.
People do not like accountability. Why?
I don't know why.
Because they can't BS. Right? So when you have a coach that keeps you accountable.
What about the procrastinators? But they still perform. What about those?
Why are they procrastinating?
That's a great question. But they still perform, though.
Yeah, I'm late.
But
think about if they were to stop. There's something that's causing them to procrastinate. So if you have a good coach, your coach is going to really dig into why you're procrastinating.
Why you need to wait to perform.
Yeah. The procrastinators out there, do you like procrastinating? Or do you want to fix that?
I think that there's a lot of people who procrastinate knows it's almost like a talent syndrome. Like they know that they're talented enough to where they can just do it last minute and it'd be better than what anybody's doing.
Okay, so it's ego.
Yeah.
I have a really good saying about that.
Shoot.
Your ego is not your amigo.
Yeah. Here we go. Habla español. Here we go.
No habla español. Poquito.
Poquitos?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Oh my goodness, man. They're coming for you.
Okay. My grandma spoke Spanish and
Crystal Lopez.
I can hear Spanish and I can understand it, but there's no way I can speak it. I can't even roll my R's. Okay. I am an Altolomian. Okay.
SoCal.
Yes. Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, there it goes.
That's the biggest R I got.
Yeah. That one was good. Right.
Try again.
Try again. Try that again.
Try that again. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Yeah, so with this whole coach thing, the reason why I asked that, right? Because I believe that if the coach can be close enough to you to be able to gauge and read the situation, because I believe that someone that is outside the fire can help you navigate how to get through the fire, right? When you're in the fire, sometimes you don't know which way it's blowing. You don't know where the break is and where the outside is. And obviously a coach can kind of look at the whole picture and gauge in that fashion. However, there's a bunch of like gurus and online coaches and all this great stuff. But I don't want to say, okay, so like Tom Ferry and all this, right? So do you consider them coaches or motivational speakers?
I believe both.
Both.
Yes. I believe if you go to a seminar.
It's not to down talk them, but I'm just curious. It's
I
mean,
mean,
one of the biggest names on the top of my head.
Yeah. I believe that if you go to a seminar, you can take a lot of rah-rah out of the seminar. But it's only through weekly accountability that you can be coached by. I believe in Tom Ferry. I'm not a Tom Ferry agent, but I believe in Tom Ferry. I believe that it can work if you want it to work.
But that's almost anything, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So somebody could just go on YouTube, and if something, if the shoe fits, they could be like, this looks like it applies to me.
YouTube can't talk to you and find out what you need.
Okay, so the coach needs to be close enough and to your situation to where you can have that conversation. That I believe in.
Yeah, you need to have a connection, a conversation with a coach on a weekly, bi-weekly, some type of schedule.
Okay. That I believe in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to give you a little bit about my story, I was a realtor for a lot of years. A lot of years. Before I started
I haven't
coaching.
even asked you how old you are.
Don't. I'm only 27. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Yeah. So
Forever 27. That's a new story.
Forever young. I wanna be.
Oh, there we go. We finally got it. Okay. Did you sing in the choir?
Yes, but no.
Okay, so you hummed and everybody else sang.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we were a small church, so of course I was on stage because I was the pastor's kid. So they really had no choice.
PK. I got a new term. I'm taking that and running with it.
Yeah, you can have it.
Absolutely.
I mean, it belongs to like everyone, but yeah, you can have it.
Absolutely.
But what was I saying?
That you're forever young, and you're gonna open a store called Forever 27.
Okay. So there are two types of real estate agents. There are passive agents. They're going to put the sign in the front of the yard. They're going to get on their hands and knees, go to church and pray that the house sells. And then there's active and aggressive agents like myself that are going to attack a plan of action to get your property sold. Okay. And I was a passive agent for many, many years because I lived in a bubble and I knew nothing else. It wasn't until I started going to coaching and found a coach that I tripled my business.
Gotcha.
Because I had a system. I had a way of doing things, which I never even knew existed before.
Interesting. So you didn't know that such like action plan and all of that existed?
No.
Up until what age you would say roughly?
I would say like 5 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've been operating by just going through the regular motions.
I mean, I still was a very good producer without coaching.
How did you get business?
People that know, like, and trust me for the most part.
Okay.
So like our Spear database, we would do open houses. So we would get, I did a little bit of door knocking. So it wasn't until I signed up for coaching that I had a script to door knock. So I would door knock prior to.
But it would be freestyle.
And it was just like, hey, hey, you want to sell? No? Okay, bye. And then, after coaching, it's
exactly like that with that voice?
Well, I was probably like in my young 20s. So yeah, I was like, hey guys, so I'm from Alta Loma. Do you want to sell your home? But no, it wasn't until, coaching that created structure that really created a business.
Absolutely. So one of the things that you had touched on before, so one of the questions that I always love to ask people, because here we speak to people that have made it through the forest, out the other end with a level of success. So the question is, Single or relationship?
What?
Single or relationship? What is your response?
Relationship.
Relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Only in the perfect situation, all right? Because we're talking to people that are approaching or are in the middle of the forest that you've already made it through, right? And sometimes I feel like being single, it helps people get through, and then having the right partner in a relationship helps get through. I strongly believe in 2 horses go much further than 1 horse. If somebody's in a relationship and it's not the right person, then what? Stick it out?
No.
Blow them out?
No. Mm-mm. I mean, I was in the wrong relationship. It wasn't the right relationship for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a lot for me to get out of that relationship. But it was single-handedly the best thing, one of the best things in life I ever did. And no disrespect.
Yeah.
No disrespect, right?
Yeah.
It just was not the best thing for me. So if you're in a relationship and it's a toxic relationship, get out.
Okay. Absolutely.
Get out.
Absolutely.
And there's a song for that right now too, but I won't.
No. We have a song for majority of things here, so we need a song.
I can play it for you.
No, it's not as good listen to it from your phone.
Yeah.
Man, we got live entertainment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so what if the relationship is not toxic? However, it's not adding to what someone's trying to do. It's not moving the needle. It's not helping. It's not assisting in any way.
So it's lukewarm.
Okay, we can say that.
Mm-hmm.
The person's just like nonchalant about whatever you're doing.
Is there room for growth?
Meaning, like, is that individual open to trying?
Absolutely.
Kind of no, right? Because, okay.
Have you asked? Because you don't know until you ask.
I see that a little different, right? Because if you're grinding, right? If you're grinding, and that person's just like so nonchalant, like on Mars somewhere, like, should you have to ask?
Always ask for what you want.
But if it's the right person, should you have to ask? If they're there watching you, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because you're in a relationship with someone does not mean that they can read your mind.
But are they present?
Yeah.
Because I think somebody who's present would be like kind of cognitive that you're.
No, I'm a firm believer in communication, right?
Okay.
So if you're not communicating, then how will that person know? It's okay. So I'm crazy about real estate, right? So if I'm busting my butt 8 hours a day, calling buyers to bring a buyer to my seller, okay? But there are no showings for a week.
Okay. 2
weeks go by, no showings. But for the last 2 weeks, I have done every single thing in my power to bring a buyer.
Yes.
But not one buyer has come. And my seller is upset because not one buyer has come. Whose fault is that the seller doesn't know that I've been busting my butt every single day?
Okay.
How are they going to know if you don't tell them? I feel like it's a relationship.
Okay.
Right? My
I
husband cannot read my mind.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't know what I go through on a daily basis at work. It's only until I am able to use my words to communicate and say, this is what I need.
Okay. So where does the place comes about where he says, hey, babe, I see you going ham. That's what they say. Okay. Hey, babe. Can I help with anything?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me?
What if he just doesn't want to get in the way?
What if I would think, wouldn't he want to help?
Okay, so you've heard me say accountability a couple of times, right? Uh-huh. So I'm also big on taking responsibility for your own actions, right? I'm huge. Like my assistant, if she's not doing something the way I want her to, that is my fault because I have not explained to her how to do it correctly, or I have not explained to her how I want her to do it differently. She cannot read my mind. So I take full accountability, responsibility for anything that I can semi-control. So I guess that's just where I come from. I get your point. I totally get your point.
So that leads to my next question.
Okay.
I was told, and I've heard many times too, that the biggest business decision that you make is the partner that you choose.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So for those that, are chasing a certain thing or a certain image in a person, they need to hone in on what they really want to do and find somebody that's suitable for what that journey entails.
I cannot tell you how important it is to find the right person. And the right person's out there for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where you're looking.
Hey, well, you know what? Some people have found that person in the club, and some of them have found them at Vaughn's.
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong place to find a person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say that. There's no wrong place to find a person. But yeah, I mean, if you're not dating the right person, get out and get out quick. Like there's no sense in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's too many people out there. There's too many good people. There's a lot of good people out there, and
I believe that too.
I think people focus on the bad because bad is spoken about so much more.
Well, bad gets more attention.
Yeah, than good. But when you look for the good, you can find the good. You can find it.
That's like the saying: if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm looking for that winning lotto ticket.
I'm looking for that. What is it right now? Is it like a billion?
I don't know. Anytime someone asks me like, can I get you anything? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a winning lotto ticket. Like, why not?
Just putting it out there.
Yeah. If you're offering, and I'll split it with you.
Has anybody ever made a vision board with a bunch of winning lotto tickets?
That's savage. Oh my God. It's happening. It's happening.
It's happening?
I'm going to put a lotto ticket on my vision board. Why not?
You need to make sure it's like $1 billion one though, not one that's $100.
You gotta be like, hey, you weren't specific.
You gotta be specific with what you're looking for here.
Absolutely. I love my vision boards.
Somebody's gonna make a vision board full of lotto tickets, winning lotto tickets.
You know what? If you don't play, you can't win.
Wait, hold on, because in order for it to actually be accurate, you would have to have a winning lotto ticket.
A winning lotto, yeah. So maybe right on there like winner. I don't know. I don't play the lotto.
I don't know if it works like that.
I just want someone to give it to me.
A winning lotto ticket.
Yeah.
Why would somebody do that?
So I have in the past like bought scratchers, like put them in my thank you cards, or like I think it's fun to give like lotto tickets because I'm wishing people luck, right?
Yeah.
So someone can give you one.
A winning lotto ticket.
Yeah. They just don't know it. I hope that in one of the scratchers that I send to my clients, there's a winning lotto ticket in there. Like there's a winning.
Like they won something.
Yeah.
Like $100 or something.
Something.
That would be cool.
Why not?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I mean, like some of these scratchers have like a $10,000.
That is true.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
They would forever love you.
Right?
Yeah.
And I hope that they would refer me too.
You would think they would. Yeah.
Stop thinking negative. Bring it back.
Oh.
Positive.
Okay.
They will.
Oh, true that.
And they're going to use that for a down payment on their house.
To purchase through you.
Savage, right? You give them a $10,000 winning lotto ticket, and they don't use you.
Damn. Give somebody else a $15,000 commission.
That's savage.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll happen.
Give them the listing, and then they double end it. 30 G's.
Damn, you just keep going down that rabbit hole.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Don't be that person.
Don't do not be that person.
don't be that person.
Yeah.
How long do you do an action and not receive the results that you're looking for before you change or before you make an adjustment? Because some will say, "Oh, don't give up. Keep pushing through. Keep doing the same thing, beating a dead horse." And then some will say, "Oh, you gave up too early."
So I always say numbers have to make sense.
So you would have to have some type of progress.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the numbers are just not there, it's time to cut the cord.
Okay.
We're talking about real estate now.
Yeah, we're talking about
Weight loss.
we're talking about anything
relationships.
Towards, well, yeah, I guess that too. But I mean anything business wise,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, just as an example, everyone's beating this semi-dead horse of like social media, like post. Do it in the morning. Do it in the evening.
I mean,
Do it at 2:30.
So, okay, but that's a completely, so social media, in my opinion, is a long-term game.
Okay.
It's like 3 to 5 years
Of consistency.
of consistency. And the majority of people will not.
Be able to maintain that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Consistency is the number one reason why people fail. They're just not consistent.
People get in a race and they can't run that race out.
Yeah. I mean, anything that you do consistently will work.
Not depending on what it is.
Anything you do consistently will work.
With the right plan.
With the right plan.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can't just be continuing to throw darts blindfolded. But even if you do that consistently, I'm sure you'll win. With a coach. With someone coaching you.
Okay. All right. So if you were blindfolded and we had a dartboard here and I'm like, to the left, a smidget. Up, a smidget.
I mean, think about that.
Okay.
3 months of standing in the same spot, being coached with someone behind you, giving you direction. I mean, that's consistency. Every single day. 5 days. Let's not make it 7.
All right.
5 days a week.
For that, we're going to try that.
Do it. But, I mean, at that point, it becomes muscle memory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. Okay, so a new realtor, if you were to give them a roadmap,
Yeah.
and there's like 5 key points in this roadmap, or even 3. I mean, depending on what your roadmap is and how you would lead them, what would that be? Or what would they be?
Well, you know, like if you are a female and you look good and you're a realtor, you're going to make a lot of money and not have to do anything.
Is that true? is this selling?
We just got all crazy. Okay. I'm kidding. Okay.
Is this selling sunset?
Oh, don't get me started. You know, people look up their numbers are public. Some of those girls sell like 1 house a year, if that. Okay.
I mean, but if it's $20 million.
Oh, that's not even enough to pay for their car. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's true. Driving around G-Wagons.
Okay. Like, yeah, $20 million minus their broker split, minus their clothes. Like, stop. Get out of here.
YSL shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so no, I'm just kidding, because there is a perception that real estate agents make a lot of money. They don't do much. They just look cute and they make a lot of money. That's the perception.
That's everybody's highlight reel on Instagram.
Yeah. The reality of it is real estate takes grit. Okay? 87% of real estate agents will fail. 87%.
That's a high number.
That's a high number. Yeah. How many people have you talked to when you say you're a realtor? Say, "Oh, I got my real estate license. I used to do real estate."
There's a lot of people that's like They say it almost like it's a cool saying.
Like it's cool. And then in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I had that work out for you.
So where did you fall off at? Bro.
Because the reality of it is real estate takes grit.
Yeah.
It is not easy. It is very challenging. And you have to fail and fail and fail before you win.
So you have to try, put the effort and actually try.
Yeah, most agents, when they get their real estate license, they get lucky. They'll have like a friend or a family member.
Of course.
So they'll do like 1 or 2 deals.
Of course.
Very common. It's beginner's luck. And then after that, when you actually try to feed your family with the income that you receive from the business, you realize, oh, crap. I think I need to go get a yap. Right? I mean, that's you know.
I thought you spoke Spanish right there.
No, yap.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You know, they go get a job. And again, there's no disrespect, but they're, you know, I think there's another statistic that says only 10% of the agents sell 90% of the homes, right?
Which goes back to the old, like, 80-20 rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, back to your question. Talk to a lot of people. Talk to a lot of people.
Okay.
I have been a realtor for over 20 years. And right now, till this day, I thrive every single day to speak to 30 people about real estate.
One way or another.
One way or another.
So you can't be shy.
No, you can't be shy. I mean, there's different types of realtors. Like I've talked about this before. My mom is that real estate agent that is handing the gas station attendant her card. Anybody that she comes in contact with, she's handing her card. I like the phones. I'd rather speak to a stranger to make them a client. And then when I am not working anymore, I'm just like,
boom, you shut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your you time.
Yeah, it's my family time. It's just time to be Crystal. Like, I don't always want to wear a realtor hat.
Yeah.
You know, but my mom, she doesn't like the phones, so she always wears that realtor hat.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no wrong way, you know, like both are equally good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's as long as you're talking to people. It comes down to talking to people for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's another? So, like, if there was like a little roadmap, so, you know,
Get a coach.
Get a coach. Okay.
If you don't want to pay for a coach, which I understand, I understand that, find a mentor. Partner up with a successful real estate agent. So join someone's team that's going to teach you.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that promise out there that doesn't get fulfilled.
Yeah. We just put a girl on our team that I think we're like her 3rd or 4th brokerage because of the overpromise, underdeliver.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very common.
It's sad, but you also have to take responsibility.
True.
How much did you engage?
Correct. 100%.
Right? Again, people don't like to take their responsibility.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. All right. What's another pointer for them to follow?
Talk to a lot of people, get a coach, partner up on a team. Get involved in the community. That's probably not something I'm a phone girl. Yeah. So, but I know that there's a lot of success in building a community.
So, your sphere, network, or paid services?
I love a good referral from my sphere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually a stronger opportunity.
It's usually a better connection. But that's a hard question for me because I have helped so many people. And when I say helped, I mean genuinely, these homeowners, I can't imagine them in another realtor's hands. Like,
because of their unique situation?
Whatever they're going through, yeah, I just can't imagine another realtor servicing them the way I did. 1000%.
Because you have special hands.
Very. Yeah, for sure. So because I know both worlds, I know like not finding business on the phones. I know only my database and my sphere. I can say that I baby my clients. So for the most part, the agents that are solely phone based or lead based, they don't baby their clients because they're just used to appointment, close,
Get the next one, get the next
yeah.
one, get the next one, get the next one.
But because of who I am, like where I come from, being a PK, like being a part of a community, like I genuinely make sure that my clients feel like they are my only client. I had a lender one time tell one of my buyers, I have 17 other applications right now. I'm going to have to call you back when I get to you. I was livid. I called him and I said, don't you ever tell my clients they're one of 17. Ever. So.
That's a way to rub them the wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I would never tell every single one of my clients, I hope that they feel like they are my only client. When someone calls me and says, oh, I know you're busy. I'm like, nah, no. I am never too busy for you. Like the fact that they even think that I'm too busy makes me cringe. Like I want them to feel like
I'm here for you.
Absolutely.
No matter what the situation
100%.
is. That's special service.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that.
They deserve it.
No, not a lot of realtors have that in them.
Oh.
To be able to provide that type of service.
Yeah. Well,
even to comprehend that.
That's a shame that they don't have it. Shame on them because they do deserve it. The clients deserve that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I call expired listings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like homes that didn't sell the first time. And like I hear just so many stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes me sad.
So how do you feel about realtors that are trying to get listings? They go and they're like the clearance rack. They're going to do that listing for 2%. 1% on the seller side, 1% on the buyer side.
I just don't think they win at the end of the day.
They're just a discount service.
Yeah. That's okay. Some people don't want service.
So why don't they just be a FISBO then?
Because they don't know how.
Google. YouTube.
Yeah, but the reality of it is a lot of work. Selling a home there's a reason why real estate agents have not gone away. There's a reason why we are never going to go away. There's a reason why technology will never take our jobs. It's not easy. Why do you think selling a home is? You think that Google or AI can comprehend the emotional aspect of what it takes to sell a home? This is their biggest asset. This is the home that they've raised their kids in, right? They have 10 different colors of paint on the wall because of the changes in life that they've been through. You think AI can just override the emotion? Never.
No.
Never.
AI can detect how many coats of paint and what colors they were.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. They're getting like intentional now. They can like detect intention. AI. I don't know.
I mean,
don't shoot the messenger. don't shoot
it's making our lives harder and easier at the same time.
Isn't that what change is?
Yeah.
And growth?
I love it. Bring it on. Yeah. I love challenges.
One of the lessons in my education that has stuck with me that was extremely interesting is this is a big thing like in marketing and advertising is the best marketing possible is someone that is able to make something as common as possible while being as different as possible. Because no one likes change, but everybody wants change. Majority of people, well, we could say majority. So majority want to get better, but a majority don't want to do what it takes to be better.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And people naturally will go to the things that they're most common with when they want it to be better. But they will never, well, it's hard to say never. Majority of the times they won't pick up that foreign looking glass. They would pick up the one that was common. Mm-hmm. When that foreign looking glass is the newer technology, it's better. It keeps your drink colder, longer, smoother. It actually makes your drink smoother. But it looks weird. Mm-hmm. Like a Cybertruck.
Super cool.
Bulletproof?
There's a song for that.
Let's go for it.
No,
Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
All right, so what's the question? Or is this a statement?
The question, I don't know. We lost the question a long time ago with like 2%. With like 2% listings and stuff like that.
I mean,
but yeah.
So my mentor, he is very big on there's no wrong, there's no right. It's just what it is.
Okay.
It's just what's so.
What does that mean? That sounds very nonchalant.
And I want to fight him all the time about it.
That doesn't sound nonchalant to you?
It's just accepting. Think about it.
Okay. All right. Good.
Think about it. It's just
It sounds depressing already.
Hold on.
It's just accepting.
It's just accepting.
Okay.
It's just accepting what is so, right? Because you can make something wrong. You can make it wrong.
Okay.
You can make it wrong.
Okay.
But that's your perception. Who's to say it's wrong for someone else?
Okay. All right.
And I take this, I know where you're going. Okay. Because I'm like,
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
No, John, there is bad. When you kill somebody, it's wrong, right? Like,
oh my God, where did we get to murder?
Because I'm like an extremist, right? So I want to prove, I want to problem solve, and I'm like, I don't get it, I don't understand it. Help me understand, because when someone murders someone, that's wrong. But he's like, it's just good, it's just bad, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just what's so.
I mean, murdering somebody could be depending on the situation. Well, then it's not considered murder. I think we have to choose a different verb.
We should probably choose a different verb.
Yeah, I think we should use a different word at that point.
Okay. Okay, gambling. People that are addicted to gambling.
Okay.
Should we go there? Is that too deep still?
No. What are we talking about with the gambling?
Well, having a gambling addiction
is bad risk tolerance.
You just said it's bad, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So
challenging risk tolerance.
Yeah. But people have an addiction to something because it makes them feel a certain way.
Okay.
Which is good for them.
Okay.
It doesn't make it like their addiction right, but for them it feels good because they are not in that mindset of what was making them feel bad. It's changing the way they're thinking. So in their mind, they're just feeling good. Whether
they have a addiction of popping gum, twisting pins, or porn?
I mean, if that's where you want to take that.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, all of them are considered addictions, right? Alcohol, drugs. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're just popping their gum. I mean, it would be very annoying to someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're popping their gum because it makes them feel a certain way, which is different than feeling bad.
Okay, so what is something that you do to give you that experiment feel like throughout the day or throughout the week? So you're not just so like mundane, so it's not just so like the regular program. You know what I mean? Like something.
Boredom.
Yeah. I mean, but there's something that a person needs to do that gives them that little bit of experiment piece, kind of give a little bit of spontaneity in their day or something.
I like signing contracts. That makes me happy. I don't know.
something that is outside of like
real estate.
Yeah, like something that's outside of the regular what you would regularly do.
I'm addicted to shopping.
I think that's regular.
Okay, that's regular.
That's regular.
Okay. something that I do.
Like I seen this guy talk about, like for instance, I seen this guy talk about that he'll just randomly, when he's somewhere purchasing something, he'll randomly ask for 10% off. Just because. Just like as an experiment to see how people are going to respond to it.
Yeah.
Or like, and I was like, because when you're doing it purposely, just seeking a response,
right?
You're not like shy to do it, or you don't think nothing of it, right?
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, I really need the 10% discount. It's just like, just curious.
That's
like,
real of it.
Yeah, it's like curious. Like, I wonder what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like that you place in the middle of your day or something at some part of your day? No, you don't. Maybe you should start putting something in there.
I mean, again, I prospect like 4 hours a day on the phones, and I talk to a lot of different personalities, and sometimes I just get a kick out of that. Like when I get, cussed out, like it makes me laugh. When people tell me get a real job, it makes me laugh. Like my job, I don't know if you understand, but like what we go through on a daily basis is comical. Like what we have to deal with is comical.
It's funny.
I will not, like there is the repetitious boredom of talking to people 4 hours a day, but the conversations are hilarious. Listening to people's voicemails, oh my gosh, is hilarious. Like, or when someone has that like voicemail where like, hello? Just kidding. Like, you know what I mean? You have to find like the humor. You have to find the humor in this crazy world, in the crazy life. So there's a lot of repetitious boredom, but there's also just a lot of finding the good.
Absolutely. So who validates what you're doing, or how do you validate what you're doing? Meaning, whatever those actions are, what justifies that it was a good move or it was a good action to perform? Like, who validates that?
The people, my customers.
In what way?
When at the end of the day, when the deal is done and they're just so excited and happy and like thankful, it feels so good. It feels so good.
Like accomplished.
Yeah. I like problem solving. I'm a hunter. I like to hunt. I don't know. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, I like to figure it out. Like, there's a lot of, in hunting, I'm not a hunter. Like,
what is that?
My aunt has like heads all, and like as a kid, I was like,
wait, hold on. I think you need to be more specific. What kind of heads are we talking about? I think we need to be more specific.
Like deers and things like that. It's like growing up is mortifying. Oh, poor baby.
I don't know, man. Somebody just scrolled through this. My aunt has heads on the wall. What is that?
If you have ever crossed my aunt, your head is on her wall.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. It's my uncle was a hunter of animals, so there was I don't know,
deer, all that boar, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but there is a science to it, right? There's like a system to it. There's a thrill to it. So I like accomplishing things, like getting to the kill.
How do you receive criticism?
What's that?
How do you receive criticism?
Oh, I love it. Bring it.
Yeah?
Bring it.
But do you receive it, or do you kind of just deflect it and, I know what I'm doing. Fuck what he said.
No, I'm definitely open to constructive criticism, but it has to be constructive, right?
Okay.
So if it's coming from a good place, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in a BNI group, right? Shout out to BNI. It's a community of business owners that network.
Nice.
And
Business Integration Network.
Yeah.
Is it? I just made that up.
Business International Networking.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I was close.
You were close.
All right. Consult with me.
Yeah. So I just became president of the chapter.
Congratulations.
And I'm like, okay, I'm asking everyone, like, what can I do better? And they're like, no, you're fine. You're doing great. And I'm like, no, tell me, like, what can I do better? Like, I'm
Yeah.
always looking for ways to grow.
They're not going to tell you anything because they don't want to get chopped.
I'm not going to chop anybody. I might cut someone, but I won't chop them.
Yeah, but you're threatening. You're threatening.
No, I'm not.
You're the president.
I'm a good person.
You're the president. You're threatening. They're not going to tell you.
I wish that they would. If there's anything that I can do to better myself, I want to know.
Okay. Maybe your approach is off.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, tell me how I can do better.
I don't know. It was just a jab.
I'll take it.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing. No. But you know, obviously those that hold those type of roles and those type of titles, a lot of times people are afraid to share whatever their critique may be.
Yeah.
So it is hard to get that feedback,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, being in those positions.
Yeah. And, you know, like, I get it. I get they're not wanting to hurt my feelings because not everybody is in that mindset.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to be criticized or, I mean, let's be real. Not everybody wants to grow.
How do you feel about environment? Like one's environment, where they eat, where they sleep, where they play, where they read, who they do those things with.
I mean, when you grow up and you realize there's a lot of sayings that hold a lot of truth, you know, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Like, as a kid, you're like,
Whatever.
you know, like,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, it's,
I'm different. I ain't them.
stop it, Mom. I'm fine. You know, like,
Is that how you said it?
exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like, it's so true. So true.
Yeah.
Who you hang out with, who you eat dinner with, who you spend your time with, who you go shopping with. Those are all your influences.
Yeah. Where those things actually take place.
1,000%. 1,000%. So true.
What are your thoughts on the person that drives in the slow lane on the freeway and they're not merging on or off the freeway? I don't know. It's just a pet peeve of mine.
Common sense is not so common anymore.
I was told that a long time ago. Common sense is not common.
It's not.
It's not.
That's when I, okay, so a little bit about road rage. Don't do it. It's not cool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like,
For sure.
we just had an incident in our family. So it's really, like, even more so now, like, when I'm on the freeway, I'm like, don't yell. Keep your cool. Just smile. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say they're in a bigger rush than I am. I'm just going to go ahead and get out of your way.
Yeah. Yeah. I just say, you know what? I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what they're dealing with. I don't know what's going on in their minds. So I'm just going to let them be.
But you really
do
don't
me.
know what's going on, though.
Absolutely. Especially now. This world is just so crazy. Like, so crazy.
That is a real sensitive place.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know what that individual's going through.
100%.
So, hey, I'm one of those where I steer clear. Hey, you got it.
You know, a smile can make someone's day.
Do you think the percentage of people that cheat would drop dramatically if the promise was fulfilled from when they were maybe courting each other?
Man, that's deep.
Because sometimes people are sold something different than what they receive.
No.
No what? You don't think that the percentage would drop?
No.
You don't?
I think that people change. Is that kind of what
Okay.
we're going to? Is that what, like...
Okay. Well, the change is what the problem is sometimes.
Yeah, okay. After I said that, I'm like, okay, well...
Because sometimes people are sold one thing in the relationship to get in the relationship. And then once they have it, they feel like they don't need to do whatever that was anymore.
True. But I do feel like it's a two-way street.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I
Like
agree.
it takes two.
Yeah.
So I don't blame either one. There's probably one that probably veers off more than the other.
And then the other one goes, oh, well, they're not doing that no more, so I'm not going to do that no more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a battle of the negatives.
Yeah.
But what about the person that does communicate? Hey, you used to do this or do that.
It goes back to environment, though, too.
Okay.
Like, tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are.
So you're saying they're being influenced.
Absolutely. I think people are influenced. 1,000%. I think people are influenced. I'm going to say that again. 1,000%. People are influenced. Yeah. So it's like if you're married and, you know, life changes, jobs change, you hang around different people.
Which it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
To majority.
influence has a big majority on cheating because it's environment.
So it happens because of the environment, or the change happens because of the environment, and then the cheating happens somewhere in between there whenever it happens.
All of the above. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I also just think growth should be the standard, right?
True.
Okay. But you
Between both parties.
and then the thing is you have to grow together.
Yes.
So I know it's very common for one to outgrow the other, which is a communication issue.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to communication.
Which it should be the military status, which is leave no soldiers behind.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like any couple can, if they fall in love and they're genuinely in love
Okay.
and they veer off or whatever, if you just find that place where why you fell in love from the beginning,
Okay.
you can conquer the world together. But you have to be open-minded and willing to do so.
To work to communicate that with your partner and want to work out that plan.
Yeah. There has to be a lot of communication and you have to want it.
I strongly believe in that.
Yeah.
I strongly believe in that. What's the best part of real estate? Like the part that's the most fun and the part that makes the most money with the least amount of headache? Because there's some people don't understand how robust real estate is. They just think it's getting a listing and selling, or finding a buyer and selling, when there's so many different facets to real estate and to make money at real estate or in real estate or in the industry.
People don't understand that you can work with a specific person for years and make a $3,000 check.
It's so true. It's so true.
People do not understand that you can work with someone for years and make $3,000. And the person on the other end thinks that you just got rich quick.
They think you hit the lottery.
They were like, she's going to go buy a BMW because she just closed on my $400,000 house.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, and when you divide that $3,000 into all of the hours that you put in,
Absolutely. Yep.
you're negative.
Absolutely.
You're negative. So what was the question?
The question, hilarious. What's the most fun part of real estate? The most fun part that makes the most money with the least amount of headache. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even have to be what you do in real estate. It could be like a wholesaler. It could be, somebody that's, that's doing wholesale deals, that's flipping paper, or, nowadays people, there's people that are buying deeds. There are people that are, there's so many different places to make money in real estate.
Yeah.
So with you being in real estate for so long and you seeing a lot, obviously you have to seen a lot. Mm-hmm. What would you say is the place that is like the most fun to operate in, that you can make the most amount of money with the least amount of headache?
Oh, okay. When a seller actually takes your advice and does what you say and gives you full trust in the process, you can make sure they net the most amount of money on the sale of the home, mm-hmm. sell it effortlessly and seamlessly for them, mm-hmm. and make a good check.
Mm. Okay.
But, you know, people know it all. You know, everyone knows everything. So it's really rare to find the seller that allows you to do your job to its highest potential. That part is hard.
Which is usually the case in a lot of, probably majority of situations, right?
There's always some kind of...
Because there's their friends, cousins, nephews, girlfriend,
baby uncles, moms, dad just got their license,
and they said that you shouldn't have to do that. They said,
yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I can make sure that they are brought along with the process and teach them how to do it correctly.
You don't say teach them how to do it correctly. They would definitely take that the wrong way.
I know.
They would be like, Crystal knows everything.
Yeah. No, it is really fun when you have a client that trusts that you do your job to its highest potential, because I absolutely do. So that's when it's fun, you know, when they just, okay, Crystal, we trust you.
Where can people make the most money? Like wholesaling deals, selling like listings and buyers, or, you know, buying, you know, deeds, or where do you think they can make the most money in selling real estate? Make the most money in the real estate industry.
I think that you can make a lot of money doing anything in the industry at a high volume with systems. Okay. When you have a process that's proven, I think you can make a lot of money. I'm connected with a gentleman that is doing a lot of flipping. Okay. And flipping is not easy.
It's not.
You know, here we go. Same thing, perspective, absolutely, right? Yeah. I've sold.
Tarek made it look like it's a breeze.
Yeah. I mean, I've sold a house to a flipper where he lost money, but people don't see that, and it's not there. It's not out there on social media. Yeah. So you can make a lot of money in flipping. You can make a lot of money listing and selling homes. You could make a lot of money wholesaling. But do you have the tools and the system to do it at a high volume without sacrificing the customer service? And that's where I'm going to bring it back to coaching.
A leader. Mm-hmm. You need somebody that has walked that path.
You need someone like outside to look in, because when you're in, you can't see what's really going on. So I do think it's important. I think every business owner should have a coach. How many coaches did Kobe have?
You want to know what? I don't know. I'm a really big Kobe fan. But I know that he was obsessed.
With coaching.
With improvement.
Mm-hmm. So did he do that on his own? Or did he do that through coaching?
Improvement? Mm-hmm. It took coaching for his improvements.
Absolutely.
Somebody that's looking at his move, looking at how the defender reacts to it, what they do, gauging it. At the same time, some of that coaching is himself, because he and athletes, or not even just athletes, everybody has the opportunity to film themselves doing something and to be able to critique it. So
let me ask you a question. If Kobe spent 14 hours doing free throws, and missed them all, would it have been easier for him to go through the motions, spend another 14 hours watching the films to figure out what he was doing, maybe still not even figure it out, or just have someone behind him, having his back, saying, you just have to tweak it this way, which is the path of least resistance.
Definitely having a person there.
Yes.
Because they could have made that correction maybe 5 free throws in instead of 100 or 1,000.
Exactly. And now he has that much more time to improve on something else. Instead of spending the time to watch 14 hours of film to try to correct himself.
100%. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just believe in coaching. I have a couple of coaches. I have a mentor, and, just like my family support, without their support,
So how does a realtor navigate these waters that we're in? Because it seems like if everyone's just throwing spaghetti against the wall, and some people have tomato sauce in it and some have Alfredo, and it really seems like no one knows what they're doing. They're just, let's just do this, let's do that. I've seen this person on social media say, do this, and then do it that way. And no one really has receipts. No one really has the proof to say this is actually working. And not only that, everything is moving so fast and change right now that what someone did 90 days ago is non and void right now.
Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. If you are a real estate agent that is swimming alone, you're not going to make it. If you're a real estate agent that is surrounded with agents that are actually closing deals, you will make it.
Because someone has found something that's working.
Yeah. It's knowing the market, knowing what's going on, communicating with other agents. I have a mastermind group, and we all are top producers that bounce ideas off of each other. And we're top producers, and we still, it's a community. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. Absolutely. Yeah. There's EXP, gotta throw that out there, right? So over 20 years in real estate, this is by far, I don't ever see myself at another brokerage ever again. This is it. And I've only been at a couple brokerages because I'm not a broker hopper. I'm not that agent that bounces from broker to broker trying to find the next thing. Like I'm loyal, right?
Yeah.
And so the community, but you have to be involved because they're not going to come to you. You have to get yourself involved.
No one's going to hunt you down to help you be successful and to give you money.
They might call you a couple of times to check in to see how you're doing, but if you're not reciprocating,
yeah,
it's not going to work. Yeah.
Because it's not that important to you if you're not putting that effort for it.
Right?
Absolutely.
If you're not putting in the effort, no one's going to do it for you.
Absolutely.
Like I like that reel that everyone who started that? No one's coming.
Oh, yes. Yes.
No one's coming for you.
Yes.
No one's there to wake you up. No one's going to be there to push you. No one's coming.
No one's coming.
Yeah.
If you're waiting,
no one's coming.
No one's coming.
Yeah.
That is the cold hard truth for whoever needed to hear that. for whoever needed to hear that.
Yeah.
No one's coming.
No one's coming. That's
yeah.
And once you accept that and want to, you have to want to.
Yeah. Something else triggers. As soon as someone actually understand, like you said, as soon as that really triggers, as soon as that really happens,
right,
then someone goes, oh shit. Okay. So what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that basically leads into like what we do at Flash, because our goal is to take everything off the realtor's plate that is not necessary for them to be doing, and for them to put as much effort and energy into the things that they really need to do, which is network, communicate, and research and know the properties and what it takes and how to be creative in a deal to get the deal done.
I like that.
People pay a premium to those that can get the job done ethically, right? However, for one, and this is something that I like to share with seasoned agents, with which you are a seasoned agent, but you are boots on the ground and active and know what's going on. There are some seasoned agents that hang their hat on, I've been doing this for 25 plus years, so I know, but they have no clue of what's present, what's current, what's in, and what just went out, and what's not working anymore.
What worked a year ago does not work now.
And, you know, I strongly believe that 25-year agent that is not current, that thinks that they can just go and just hang their hat on that this new agent that is active in a community with individuals like yourself, so they have that knowledge of what worked back then and what the changes were and how it's currently working, is going to come and steal their lunch every day.
Yeah.
So what we've been able to do and what we've basically created is making realtors executives. So we focus on that word executive. So you are an executive. You are an executive. You have a specific thing that you're great at, and you can delegate the rest of the task. You don't need to learn how to be the perfect graphic artist, videographer, photographer, marketer, right? Because that's a whole different thing in itself.
Absolutely.
Right? So whoever thinks that they're just going to go ahead and run some Facebook ads, yeah, good luck.
Let me know how that works out.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm going to send a text message blast, and they're like, what is this message I got about AP2? Or A2P?
Yeah.
I said AP2.
Yeah.
What is this message about A2P? You thought it was easy, huh? Mm-hmm. I thought you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
So we have created this bridge to help realtors and to let them focus their energy where their energy needs to be focused, buy back their time, and
You have the village.
Absolutely.
It takes a village.
Absolutely. So, you know, we appoint them a personal assistant, and they communicate with that personal assistant on a daily basis. If they will like, couple days a week, whatever fits their situation, and it's going to be the most advantageous thing for their success. And so it's something amazing, because I'm some will call like a part-time realtor, but I've been a marketer and I've been in all these other fields for a very long time, self-taught since like high school, since like junior high school, that I've been doing all these things. So we've been blessed. Well, I've been blessed to be in that generation that we grew up without cell phones, right?
Yeah.
Like we grew up without cell phones.
Pager.
Even before the pager, I had a pager in junior high school. I thought it was the coolest thing on the planet.
Right, with the words and the numbers.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Tuck my shirt in right here a little bit on this side so my pager shows.
Yeah.
Oh, don't play with me. Don't even.
Caught up real quick with those words.
Oh yeah, don't even play with me. Yep. Going to the indoor swap meet, buying the cases, the clear cases.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you can tell me
nothing. One day was blue, one day was clear.
Oh, you can tell me nothing, and then I mix them. Oh, stop. You cannot.
Hey, stop. I'm only 27. I know nothing of that.
Yeah. So, so I think those in my age bracket have been blessed to like grow up without no type of cell phone, no nothing.
Yeah.
we used to go jump on our bikes. There was a post that somebody put up or whatever on social media, and it showed a bunch of bikes in the front yard, and then it was like, this is how you knew where all your friends were, like all the bikes. And the funny thing is, and I mean nowadays I guess it would be bad, but back then you get on your bike, you get your friends, you be in literally the next city. Yeah. And your parents don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah. But the second the lamppost comes on, the light post outside,
everybody
you gotta get home.
Everybody is racing back.
Everybody
is racing
second
back.
Second it gets dark, you better be home. That's your butt.
Yep. So, but yeah, going through that and then into the space that we're in now, it's definitely interesting to kind of look over the whole thing and so. Yeah. But all in all, yeah. So, unless you got something else for me.
No, I'm excited to join the community, really be able to delegate to the team my needs, take that off my plate. Because that ultimately, the more people I can talk to, the more people I can communicate with, connect with.
Absolutely.
The more we can serve.
Absolutely. The whole sitting in front of Canva for a couple hours and still not knowing what you're doing. That's not my jam. Absolutely.
I'm good at talking to people, not putting a flyer together.
Absolutely. So yeah. So that's exactly the perfect scenario, and you're the perfect person now that we are able to increase your business by letting you buy back time and do the things that you do well to generate more traction and more business. So absolutely.
That's the goal.
So other than that, that's a wrap up here on the Blueprint Podcast. Like I said, you receive a blueprint to success in every single episode, and Crystal has served you with more than one blueprint. Absolutely. So thank you so much for blessing us today and sharing some amazing information. And I'm pretty sure somebody has taken something from this sit down, and
I hope so.
Will be able to apply it to their life, and
I hope so.
Get them out of the forest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
2 horses.
2 horses.
Not one.
Absolutely. Find that perfect person. Yeah. No one's perfect, but find that right person.
Find the person.
Find the person.
Yeah.
We don't have to title them. Just the person.
Just your person.
You'll know who that person is.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. They'll show you.
Absolutely. Or else they're not the person.
True.
All right. Thanks for having me.